I wanted to talk a little bit about Trump's speech in Israel. It has raised some eyebrows among some on the right, which is really interesting to see. So,
my promise and officially recognize the capital of Israel and move the American embassy to Jerusalem. Isn't that right, Miriam? Look at Miriam. She's back there. Stand up, Miriam. Stand up. Miriam and Sheldon would come into the office. They'd call me. He'd call me. I think they had more trips to the White House than anybody else I can think of. Look at her sitting there so innocently. She's got 60 billion in the bank, 60 billion.
Miriam Adelson, one of the most powerful women you've never voted for, an Israeli-born billionaire whose reach extended straight into the Oval Office. She's the mega donor who bankrolled Donald Trump's political empire, and the numbers are staggering. In 2024 alone, she dropped around $100 million into a super PAC backing Trump. Over the years, she and her late husband, casino magnate Sheldon Adelson, funneled more than $600 million into Trump's campaigns and Republican causes. But that money didn't just buy influence, it bought outcomes. When Trump recognized Jerusalem as Israel's capital and moved the US embassy there, that wasn't just foreign policy. That was the Adelson agenda in motion. Trump even thanked Miriam by name, calling her a hero of Israel. And he meant it. Miriam didn't just support Trump, she shaped him, quietly steering some of the most controversial pro-Israel decisions in modern US history. Love her or hate her, Miriam Adelson proved that sometimes power doesn't sit in office. It writes the checks.
Last election cycle, Miriam Adelson did give Trump huge cash infusion, $100 million, in return for allowing Israel to annex the West Bank. I know Trump has said vocally that he won't let that happen, but in practice, it's already happening. They're building illegal settlements in the West Bank as we speak.
But that was the deal. She gave Trump money and she told him, I want you to annex the West Bank.
Widely reported, yeah.
Widely reported?
It is.
That's not a fact. It's widely reported I'm getting paid $7,000. That's not a fact. It's widely reported. That's how Dean Kiswani justifies it, but that's defamation.
Why? Okay, so let me ask you something. Why would Miriam Adelson give him $100 million?
And yes, she really did give him $100 million. Her fortune helped fuel Trump's comeback machine. Yet even as Trump once vowed he'd never let Israel annex the West Bank.
I will not allow Israel to annex the West Bank. No, I will not allow it. It's not going to happen.
Did you speak with Netanyahu about this directly?
Yeah, but I'm not going to allow it. Whether I spoke to him or not, I did. But I'm not allowing Israel to annex the West Bank.
That land remains under full Israeli military control. Palestinians there can't move freely, can't build freely. Every aspect of daily life runs on Israeli permission. There's no Hamas rule there, because Israel already rules there.
Now, I want to bring up the Miriam Adelson point. Israel first, Trump first. First of all, I think she's more Israeli than American. That's already a fact. She speaks like this. She's a very cute woman from Israel. It's cute. It's funny. But I don't think it's a loyalty question. You can be very much pro two things when their values align. Do you really think with or without Miriam Adelson's money, Trump's not a Zionist? Without Miriam's money, you're going to tell me you don't think
I don't think Trump
Israel?
has strong feelings one way or the other, to be honest with you.
I disagree with you.
I don't think Trump has, like... I don't think Trump would be doing Israel's bidding to the extent he's doing Israel's bidding if it wasn't for money in politics and it wasn't for, you know, donors like Miriam Adelson.
I absolutely agree.
I mean, think about this.
His daughter's Jewish, and a lot of his friends, a lot of his closest friends are. I think President Trump has been pro-Israel for a very long time.
Way before
I don't know that he's ever labeled himself as Zionist. I don't know that I've ever
pro-Israel
heard that.
means you're a Zionist.
Well, not necessarily.
I don't think so.
I think a Zionist is a
I would say that I'm
that's
staunchly
maybe
pro-Israel.
a little different from
I consider
pro-Israel.
myself
What's
to be
the definition of
staunchly
Zionism?
Actually, the first love of my life is actually Jewish, and he went on Birthright and deepened my love for Israel and the Jewish community. So I love Israel. I detest the worst excesses of Zionism.
The Greater Israel Project,
exactly,
expansionism.
and the atrocities. It breaks my heart to see this happening. And another thing is, you brought up a few seconds ago that you see that the values of America and Israel. It doesn't sit well with me to conflate Israel with the Israeli government, by the way, because I think the Israeli people are beautiful.
Yeah.
They're just awesome.
Let's be clear about that.
Benjamin
Civilians
Netanyahu
are totally
that I have
What
a
about
problem with.
Israelis?
Can
who
I finish
support
this point, though? Can I please just...
They're still civilians.
I have
They're
to finish this point, though.
It is what it is.
You were saying earlier how America's values and the United States' values coincide. I actually don't think that's true, because when prior to the peace plan, when the United States was clearly abetting the atrocities in Gaza, our enemies like Russia and China and Iran was they were using our alliance with Israel against us and pointing to that and saying, America is a hypocrite. America is abetting war crimes. So in that
Which
case,
country said that? Russia, China?
our adversaries.
Or telling
You
us
should
we're
take,
doing war
Emily, you
crimes.
should take a good look at what Kyiv looks like versus
don't
what
look
Gaza
at me.
City looks
Wait,
like.
do not ridicule me. I can see that look of disdain on your face.
It's
And
hypocrisy, not
No,
disdain,
let
but
me
okay.
finish my point. They're pointing to other countries. When they try to find allies in South America, Africa, all around the world, they say, don't hang out with the United States, hang out with us. Because at least we are not abetting atrocities in Israel. At least we are not hypocrites. That's what I mean. Because they are winning the propaganda war against us. Everything is about propaganda and the war. They don't want an American-led world order. They are trying to topple us. Do you understand? They are trying to topple the American empire. And so this matters. The story around America matters.
It does.
American values matters. We cannot be seen as abetting atrocities. We cannot have the blood of 67,000 women and children on our hands.
So, okay, first of all, again, it's a war. Second of all, my thing is, when I say they coincide with values, what would you say in the entire Middle East is the closest country to the United States in terms of fair elections, allowing LGBTQ people?
It's an apartheid state. How are you going to say it's fair elections? Palestinians aren't allowed to vote. And they're not even allowed to have their own state. They're not. Benjamin Netanyahu said multiple times, I will not allow the Palestinians to have their own state.
אנחנו אמרנו, לא תקום מדינה פלסטינית, ואכן לא תקום מדינה פלסטינית. המקום הזה הוא שלנו. אנחנו נדאג גם למורשתנו, גם לארצנו.
Why? Because they
So they're
people
stuck
like
in a
Hamas.
situation. Oh my God.
Wait, if you were Prime Minister
Oh my God.
Netanyahu,
There's
and
no Hamas
was
in the
governing
West Bank,
Gaza,
Emily. There's
the
no
PLO
Hamas in
pay
the,
for slave.
Oh, the PLO
pay
too.
for slave
They're Palestinians. So
Hi,
by nature,
if you
being
kill a Jew,
Palestinians,
if
they
you
shouldn't
kill a
be
Jew,
allowed.
we're giving you
You just-
$10,000. Is
talking
that a
over me is
person
not
you'd
gonna
give a
work.
state? Because you're saying the PLO, you're making it seem like the PLO are the good guys now.
Man,
when they stop funding people to kill Jews, maybe Netanyahu should negotiate with them. But until they stop raising their kids to say, hey, I know you want to go work and become an engineer, but if you kill a Jew, you'll get $10,000 per Jew.
The PLO is killing Jews in the West Bank. The PLO is on its knees.
Pay for slay.
Beyond
Google
deferential to
Pay
the
for slay.
Israelis, doing everything they can to show we're being peaceful. Let us have our own state.
What about pay
but
for
what do
slay
they
is
keep doing?
peaceful?
What do they keep doing? They keep building
Can you address
illegal
my point?
settlements. They
What is
keep
pay for
building
slay?
illegal settlements. They keep building illegal
I heard you 3
settlements.
times. What is
yeah,
pay for
but you don't
slay?
care, right? You don't care.
What is
Let me
pay
go in
for
your
slay?
neighborhood. What are you saying?
That's what they do in the West Bank. The PLO funds people to kill Jews. Has this not been something you've been
Have you
informed
not
of?
seen these
Pay for slay. How about this?
You
I
live
think
in
Jews,
an alternate
I think Jews should be
universe.
allowed to live in the West Bank.
I don't.
Why
I don't.
are Jews
no,
not
I don't.
allowed?
I don't.
So you believe in apartheid
Because they
then?
keep building
When it comes to
illegal
Jews,
settlements.
what
They're
if I
stealing
build a house legally?
land,
I buy
Emily.
land.
They're stealing land.
They don't want Jews in the West
Why
Bank.
don't they let the
That's
Palestinians
apartheid.
build houses in
There's
Israel?
2.8 million Arabs in Israel
Man.
living better lives in Israel and the West Bank and Gaza combined. You just hate
Emily,
Jews. I will not.
No, I
believe
don't
that.
hate Jews.
Then why
I
can't they
don't
live in the
hate
West
Jews.
Bank?
I hate disgusting,
Why can't they live in the West
vile
Bank?
propagandists
Why can't a
who
Jew
treat
live in
human
Gaza?
beings like trash like
Why
you.
And the claim that the PLO pays people to kill Jews, that's a distortion. The Palestinian Authority provides stipends to families of prisoners, many jailed without trial or for resistance, not murder. Anna's anger is justified because every time those talking points get repeated, they erase the lived reality of millions under occupation. This isn't about Hamas, it's about control. And pretending otherwise, that's propaganda dressed up as debate. Thanks for watching. If you found this breakdown useful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. Drop your thoughts below and stay tuned. Until next time.